The 8th round, epic.
I mean, I expected Chisora to knock him out.
I think Wilder won. I think he was just a little bit cleaner and a bit more accurate with his shots.
I wanted Chisora to win. In a weird way, I'm glad he didn't. Horrible feeling if he wins.
He was going to take another fight. Yeah.
He can retire, and I hope he does retire. Any top 30 heavyweight can outbox Wilder because he's not a good boxer.
But he can knock them all out.
But he can knock every single one out with one punch.
It was entertaining. You didn't really notice the whole thing.
It had you on the edge of your seat the whole time. Would not have liked to have been the referee.
Well, he had quite a difficult job in it when they were having the hugging sessions and going over the ropes. Like
both guys have got chins made of granite.
Mm. Well, we knew Derek did Chisora, but I was surprised that Wilder took something because the overhand rights were really.
They say that, but if you look at,
he does actually have. I was
Wilder's Wilder's never, apart from Zhang, Wilder's never been sparked out.
No. You get hit, and I think, but even Fury only just got him there, but he's still up.
Never sparked him out.
Mm. And Zhang's was really the combination, and he was moving away from it. Didn't see it. It was like
Zhang's
ridiculous power.
Well, yeah, Wilder's been hit. He gets hit a lot. If you think about all through his fight, he does get hit a lot.
Well, I think he's a bit more. He's a bit better defensively in that rolling with the punches than people give him credit for. Because in this one, there was only the one in about the 4th, 5th round where Chisora hit him with the overhand, which was like an epic punch. And he looked a little bit dazed. But most of the others, and he took quite a lot of those overhands at the beginning, then he adapted and stopped taking them, but we're not taking as many. But it was only one where he actually looked like rocked. And most of the others, even though he's hit, he was sort of rolling with them and moving with them. But then he adapted and didn't get hit by him as much. Then he slowed it down a little bit towards the latter rounds.
I don't think Chisora was throwing him though.
Yeah, Chisora kept throwing him. Well, he hit him more with the body.
He threw him from about 10 foot away.
Yeah. He wasn't as good as he was in the first few rounds. He still caught him a few times.
Some good few times with that overhand.
The body shots were what he mainly got him with. The hooks to the body. Chisora. And I think Deontay, I don't know if it's true. At the end, he said he leaned off it a little bit because he's seen that he was injured. I think also...
do you know what? Yeah, I do. I agree with that.
When he was in the corner with his eye thing, I think he's just taken it off a little bit and then just boxed a bit.
If you look at it, where he takes he takes obviously a step away and the commentators and everyone's like, why isn't he jumping on him? When he does jump in on him, I watched the slow down clip this morning, you see Deontay look at Derek and say, I love you, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then through this massive right, which completely missed.
Yeah.
So no, I do think...
Yeah, I think he did a little bit. And I think he's also injured his right hand.
Derek's good at playing possum on them ropes.
Well, I think a little bit he was worried because he went in on one of them where he thought he was and he threw that overhand right quarter, but then the body shots.
He definitely broke his hand.
Yeah.
I think he broke a couple of ribs. But
it's a better performance from Wilder than I expected. Chisora was Chisora. I think Wilder was a little bit better, but I don't know whether that's because the nature of the fight suited him
I think,
and the opponent. I think Chisora gassed.
I think when
did his normal gassing for about 4 rounds.
Actually boxed and got behind like a double jab.
He was actually good.
Wilder couldn't deal with it, but he did like a double jab about 4 times in the whole of the 12
Wilder
rounds.
Isn't it? When Wilder did the jab?
No, when Chisora boxed, Wilder couldn't deal with it.
But he only did it in like little clumps. There was a bit where Wilder had his jab because he was just pouring like a range finding, and then he threw the right. But there was a little bit in the middle rounds, about 7 or 8, where he got into it, where he got a little bit more on top, and I think Chisora got tired. Where he actually did some quite strong jabs.
Look, the pair of them are not boxers. Chisora is phenomenal, heart of a lion. Chin of granite, never stops coming forward, will throw punches, he'll play possum. Wilder, great chin, immense power. I think even Chisora was like, he said after the first round, he was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, this guy's got power."
Yeah.
We've never. I think what we questioned was, what people have questioned is Wilder still got it. I don't know. I don't think he has it.
I don't think that answered whether he's got it in terms of his boxing ability.
9 times out of 10, Wilder,
I think it did answer that he's got a heart and a bit of a chin.
Yeah,
we've seen him
yeah,
go.
he's definitely got a heart and a chin.
The problem is, I don't think he's got the killer instinct.
No,
like even there,
I don't think
off.
he can pull the trigger.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I think he's still there. The power, but it's not as he's not driven to use it as he was before.
Okay, and these guys they're in the 40s.
Yeah.
What did we expect? I mean, I expected Chisora to knock him out.
But we had results. We had Chisora 5th round KO for you, and I had. What did I put? I had Chisora 5th round and Wilder 7th round KO.
Yeah.
Or maybe I wrote yours twice.
I don't think what I took into account was Wilder's got a pretty good chin. It was what it was.
Well, I think Wilder had it the better. First chance. Chisora had it about the 4th, 5th round. The 8th round, epic.
Oh,
as entertainment value, it's like
round
the best.
Of the year.
Yeah. Not on boxing purism, but on pure entertainment. The 8th round, because the problem is, even when Wilder was on top or Chisora was on top, you expected the other guy to pull one of those right hands out or something else. There was like the jeopardy was always there, right till the end.
Was so hard.
Yeah. I think Chisora just in the last round and a bit, where I think 11th and 12th they would get less. But even there, he had moments where he turned it on,
like
or he'd come out like a raging
scoring. It
rhino.
Was ridiculously hard. I think I gave up scoring after the 7th, and then watched it back to score it again. It was so hard to score. The Americans were complaining about the referee. Mate, you won the fight. What are you complaining for?
Well, I think his knockdown was. To be fair, by the letter of the law, he did get touched, but it was a slip. But you could argue that one of Chisora's, when he went through the ropes,
wasn't a knockdown,
was a fall rather than a knockdown. So again, I think 2 of them cancelled each other out. So
the thing is
the first one, the other one was a knockdown.
Yeah, which he got counted for.
Yeah.
But the second one,
well, they cancelled each other out because I don't think either of them were knockdowns.
Not really, because if you go on that last one going through the ropes, that's 2-point round. Wilder only won by 2. Wilder only won by 2 points.
Yeah. I mean, ignore the scorings. I'm not that fair on the scorings. I don't agree with some of the scorecards.
It was just absolutely bananas, the fight.
Well, no, I think Wilder won. I think he was just a little bit cleaner and a bit more accurate with his shots. But like, if you were scoring like just on punches landed, it's a draw, because there's 2 rounds of the same and there's 5 rounds each. So damage-wise, I think Chisora took a bit more. The knockdown, I think, is the 2 knockdowns versus 1, even though I think it's only 1 knockdown and the ones should be cancelled. I think that balances a little bit in his favour. The point off, I don't think it should have been a point off, because I don't think he pushes him. It's more a fall.
It was just
so like if you ignore those, I think Wilder was like basically like a round or 2 ahead. So like 115, 113 is probably about the right score.
It's one of them.
But to score it by rounds, it's really hard.
I wanted Chisora to win, but in a weird way, I'm glad he didn't, because I have that horrible feeling if he wins, he
was going to take another fight. Yeah, that was my feeling.
Now he can retire, and I hope he does retire. And if he does retire,
well, no, I think he's had his wins in his the results were in his last couple of fights, the ones that people didn't expect him to pull out, against Joe Joyce and Otto Wallen. I think that's like pulled him along to where he's got his wins. So even in this, yeah, he didn't get the result, but it wasn't one of those losses where you go. But I think this is always the case. I've got a theory about Chisora. Even if he loses, he's not a loser, because all his things are so that good that it's like you can't I mean, and then Wilder's invited him for fishing. He's like, yeah, he's my brother. Fishing.
Do you know what? The respect of them too, and as much as people,
considering how much they trash talk, both of them.
Yeah, and you know, Deontay Wilder, he's Marmite, and you either love him or you hate him. There's been no trash talk in the build up to this, and I was watching it with my friend and their kids, and at the end of the fight when they're standing there hugging each other, I said, and I looked at the kids who just started boxing, I went, that's what boxing's about.
Yeah,
it's the respect. Two fellas who have tried to knock each other's head off, and they've got the utmost respect for each other straight after it. And that's what I love in boxing, is when the respect. And
well, it's the thing with Wilder, like you said, he's like Marmite. It's one or you love him, or hate him. But I think in that, how can you not like him? He's just, I mean, you love Chisora, but like...
And like, I've watched all the interviews of him afterwards, and Chisora saying to him, mate, we're too old for this. And do you know what? Weirdly, I do think them two will become friends. Really, really close friends. And the Del Boy...
No, it's retirement. That's a good send-off. That 8th round is like an epic way to drop the mic and walk away. Yeah,
go through his resume.
His resume is fantastic.
There's not a boxer out there who's got the same resume as Derek Chisora. Yeah, he's got losses on it, and I've said it before.
Yeah, but who too?
Look at the losses he's took.
Usyk, Parker, Fury, and Wilder. Like, look at the names that you've got on there, or a Dillian White.
Klitschko.
Agit Kabayel, Klitschko. It's like
what I'm saying is
Pulev as well. I forgot, but yeah, but they're all like world champions or on the cusp of that.
People are so obsessed with this.
And a few of those you could argue the other way, that it was like they were close enough that you could argue them the fights with Dillian White and the other ones though. Joshua as well, isn't it?
He's never fought Joshua.
Not Joshua. David Haye. He's had a fight with David Haye, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I said Joshua. Was he fought Helenius and lost?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I missed that fight.
Yeah, so good on him.
Well, he's always been there to fight, and one of the things we've said, isn't it? I think you've gone on about is people not having enough fights and not, getting into fights. You can't say that he's ever like turned down a fight for, there's always there, and he's always fighting, and he's been busy all the way along. That's how you get to 50 fights, isn't it? So
no, that's what I was saying. Everyone's so obsessed with their O. He's a guy who's never been bothered by his O.
Yeah,
he's lost how many fights, and he's still...
Well, he's got 36 and 14 now, isn't he?
For me, he's lost 14 fights, and he's still one of the biggest attractions in UK boxing. And let's be, when he first started, he was not a liked person. He was not a fan favourite.
Well, even if you see some of his antics now, it's weird. It's just because over time you've got it, and then you see the respect afterwards.
Yeah,
with Usyk, he was having burgers. Now, like Deontay Wilder's waiting for fishing. Did you see his belt he got?
Yeah.
5 Guys belt.
He's just, he's the...
Yeah, but it's good entertainment. It's like I said, the 8th round.
No, that's what he does, is he puts...
Despite the fact he was getting hit, he never stopped going forward, never stopped trying, kept going. There was jeopardy in that fight right till the end, even though Wilder was probably a little bit in front in the near the end rounds. You still thought, all right, there's a chance here that he's gonna win, he's gonna turn it around. And anything can happen, which is always, even with Usyk, that's probably Usyk's hardest for heavyweight fight. All right, one of the early ones, and then you could argue with the first fight with Fury, but like that wasn't as, it was basically the same level where he was bullying him and pushing him back. So it's a bit like, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It wasn't boxing, but it was really entertaining. Even though they had a lot of holding, it was still really entertaining because there was so much going on between. You had the falling of the ropes, slips, knockdowns, one guy punching the other one, and then suddenly it turns. Chisora playing possum. A little bit, both of them. The thing is, both of them wanted the other guy to throw, and then they could counter. And yet we still had loads of action because they didn't just wait for it to happen. And, that's what I mean. Consider the amount of holding, the amount of that they were waiting for the counter punch. They're both playing possum a little bit, Chisora a bit more. They're both against the ropes at times. Both slipped up, both fell through the ropes. It was like ridiculous. The amount of entertainment in one fight and incidents. It's ridiculous. And that 8th round, was just like to and fro was fantastic. Why is that loading? And for all the fact that people are saying it's really messy, do you know what the punch percentages were? Like 37 and total punches, Chisora's 37%. Yeah, Wilder's near enough, 36.7. So they're nearly 37% accuracy. Wilder was more accurate with his power punches, so 47%, which if you're watching that fight, you wouldn't have said they were that high. And there's rounds where he's like 50-60% accuracy with power punches. And Chisora's getting up to nearly 50-ish, 48, 47. So for the fact that as messy as they look, they're actually not that, they're actually quite accurate as well. I think from my eyes, Wilder was a bit more. He's probably a little bit more, but it's quite a good session. So, yeah. Your thoughts?
Oh, good end to a good end to a fantastic career, and be interesting to see what Wilder does next.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question. I think Chisora we want to see retire now. I think there's nothing else to do, so it's a good time to call it a day. That's a good way to end in an epic event. It was a good event, a good sellout crowd. The atmosphere was fantastic. Wilder now? There's speculation now. I think he did. I didn't see it, but I'm hearing that he was facing off with Joshua.
He didn't face off. He just walked past him and went, "Let's get it on."
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen it.
That's what I mean. Everyone going on, "Oh, they faced off." No, they didn't. They just walked past each other, give each other a little fist bump, and went, "Let's get it on." It's weird, isn't it? Because Wilder's actually thrown his name back in the mix of in the top 10.
Well, he's a big enough draw and like this entertainment that you actually want to see them. And because I was like, this is like the end. All right, we knew Chisora, we were supporting him, but then the end.
The two big fights now for Wilder are AJ or Usyk.
Mm-hmm.
And either of them two, I can see getting made.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Usyk go and fight Wilder now? He's got a good win over.
Well, now he's back in the ring against the main like gatekeeper of these things, isn't it? The person who's normally there for.
So Wilder most probably. I wouldn't put him in with the likes of any of the other guys, but for the guys in their twilight career, the Joshua, Usyk. Yeah.
Well, it's a big enough fight where it's worth.
I mean, Wilder AJ still a massive fight.
Yeah.
Wilder Usyk still a massive fight. You go on like, I had the conversation last night. Usyk will absolutely destroy him.
He only has to catch you with one of those punches, and that's it.
And as we've just learned,
and he's got a decent chin.
Yeah, is Usyk going to be able to like really hurt him? Possibly. Who knows? You don't know. I think that's the joy with Wilder. I think that's what we're saying with Chisora, and you just don't know what you're going to get.
And that's why it's entertaining. Really, and if you take it as an entertainment,
if he hits you, you're gone. He might turn up as Deontay the God Gospel Wilder, or Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, or Deontay I've lost my marbles Wilder.
But that's what makes it interesting.
You don't know.
That's what makes it interesting. You don't know which way.
I said don't try and figure it out, because I don't think he knows either.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Which one do you favour, Usyk or? I want to see Fury.
Either.
Yeah,
I'd like to see Usyk fight him, because that does.
Well, it makes sense for Usyk more than
for Usyk. That's the era he has beat at every heavyweight of that era. Yeah. Obviously, AJ Wilder is.
It's like a better late than never.
10 years in the making, isn't it? Same as AJ Fury, though. But Wilder Usyk, just for Usyk of, look, I beat everybody
who's everybody in my generation. So stop saying that I didn't. I beat everybody who was there.
People say, no, but Wilder's past.
Well, no, but of his age group,
did they say that
he's the last one.
Lewis fought Tyson? And that'd be. I think Usyk would like that. He beat everyone that there was to beat of his era.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think people forget Wilder was like I think he's the longest standing WBC champion, wasn't he, at heavyweight for a fair amount of time, for the amount of time he was there.
Yeah. Yeah, Usyk Wilder. I like that.
And if they don't make that Usyk Joshua, what do you think?
Why not?
I was sat there at the beginning thinking, oh, Joshua would outbox him easy. But then you see what he did later on, and I'm thinking, yeah, but he only has to catch him. He catches him. It's a really interesting fight. And it's going to be the same as this, because it's going to be the jeopardy is going to be there all the way. Because Wilder carries the power.
Wilder's whole career has been that. Yeah. I don't know why we're so shocked.
Yeah.
And we keep discussing it. That's his whole career. Any top 30 heavyweight can outbox Wilder.
Yeah.
Any of them. Because he's not a good boxer.
But he can knock them all out.
But he can knock every single one out with one punch.
Yeah.
Look at Luis Ortiz. He was down like 11 rounds to 0 or something. And he sparked Ortiz out.
A lot of his fights, he's done that.
Yeah, and that's who he is. So, yeah, you just, even at this late stage of his career, people saying, oh, you don't know what he's got left. No, you don't. But you don't know what AJ's got left.
Yeah. That's why
you don't know what Usyk's got left.
Yeah.
Because age, like that old saying, age waits for no man. It just turns up on you like that. I don't think you'll see him in the ring anytime soon, though, because, like I say, it looks like to me his hands broke.
Well, that might get rid of
ribs.
One of the fights. I think Usyk's trying to do his fights fairly quick, isn't it? I don't think he's going to carry on for that long. Joshua, they might have, but I think if he has, then it's probably. I mean, I want to see Joshua Fury first, especially now Joshua's training with Usyk in it, and makes it way more interesting. But yeah, I would like to see him fight either of those. I think they'd be, and then like either of those or both of them, and then retire. And I think that would be a good end to his career, irrespective of what happens with the result. I mean, if he manages to win, maybe epic. But I think it's just still a good way to sign off and just go. What a story that'd be if he managed to win.
Yeah, Jesus.
But yeah, I think a lot of respect for the way he acted yesterday. It was really good. And I think he did take the pedal off the metal a little bit. Or the metal off the pedal a little bit. Probably the better way around. Once he realised that
we will never know.
Yeah. Well, whether it's his right hand got injured or that, or both, or a little bit. But yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And I think we got to close up by saying thank you for Mr. Chisora, Derek Chisora, for offering us so much entertainment for such a long period of time. And I think he's been in ridiculous. We should work this out. And he meant to look it up. How many world title fights? 4, 5. He's been in quite a lot, isn't he? Over a long period of time.
It's never bothered him. He's just a guy who loves boxing.
The fighting.
He just loves it. And he's entertaining. And it's a true test of a guy who has genuinely never ducked
anybody.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone.
You've got to give him kudos for it.
He really, really, really hasn't ducked anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So good on him.
It's a bit sad as well, isn't it? I was watching a bit sad. But like for both of them, really, to be honest, even with Wilder, I think both of them offer that entertainment. But yeah.
No, it is sad when the boxing career comes to an end, but we've got young up and comers that you pass the torch to, don't you? And there'll never be another Derek Chisora, but
we've got quite a few at the moment. They're a bit coming up. So.
Hopefully, he'll stay in and around boxing because he's too funny not to stay in boxing either. Because some of his,
it's commentaries and his comments are just fantastic.
But yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and Deontay Wilder, we shall see. So in the comments, let us know what you think. What you think thought of the fight, if it was the right result. What do you think of Wilder now? Which fights would you like to see? Usyk or Joshua or somebody else? Have we missed something out there? And is it a good end to Derek Chisora's career? hopefully he will be retired now. I think that's enough. And yeah, I don't know. Then it's follow us on Instagram at GenuineFakeBoxing. Follow us on TikTok at GenuineFakeBoxing. And yeah, we shall, well, maybe not follow the careers of these two unless Wilder gets those fights, but we'll be back with plenty of other heavyweight boxing coming up. So we will be back that and on other boxing as well. There's epic events. Hopefully they live up to like the 8th round entertainment that we had in this. So we shall see you in the next ones. Thank you very much for watching and listening.